Good evening, everybody. Cheers.
Evening.
Cheers, mate. Start.
Cheers.
Most important things first. Cheers.
Bong.
Oh, offside.
Oh, bong.
Evening, everybody.
Right. Here we go. Nice to see the comments are popping off already. Everyone making full use of the new emojis.
Enjoying the new emojis. Carl Baldwin just putting a big multicoloured dick. Do you know what as well, Richie? It's called THG Bong.
Is it? THG Bong.
THG Bong.
Incredible.
What's up, everyone? Hope you're good. We'll let this go out a little bit, and then we'll dig into Ruckus 2.0. Fuck me, that came around quickly.
It did, mate. It crept up. It crept. Yeah, super quick, man. I remember us thinking, oh, we've got loads of time to sort this out. We can get this. We can sort that out. We'll do it next week, and then next thing you know, we're like, oh, this is come on top. Fair. But in a good way. I was actually speaking to JCI himself today.
the Lord of Comp.
Yeah, man. I think everyone's just super hyped to come down. Super hyped to catch up, should I say? You know. Why are my comments not loading?
I'm going through the comments. It's pretty good. We've got some heads in here that are clearly enjoying the new emojis, which is good. So Ruckus, Richie 1.0. We had a big bit of reflection back on that event, and the outcome, I think, was kind of what we expected, but also what we wanted in regards of an event that was just fucking crazy. Like, just beyond what I expected, and the level of commitment from people just sprinting to objectives and really pushing themselves was something else. Like, regen speeds were crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they soon slowed down.
yeah, but the initial...
No, absolutely, mate. I think, looking back, mate, it was for us. This wasn't. I mean, Christ, we didn't even get to play. You know what I mean? No. It wasn't like we put it on for ourselves. But we really wanted to hit that mark where a lot of Milsim events and event providers, don't just mean Milsims, event providers in general were putting on very weak game days and very weak Milsims / day sims, whatever, which are basically a glorified skirmish anyway, right? So me and you had a long gas, and we spoke about this over weeks and weeks before Ruckus 1.0, and we really just said, look, let's cut the bullshit. Let's strip it right back. People are going out spending a lot of money on game fees, fuel, pyro, all this stuff, maybe licking off like 2 mags in a weekend,
There's also, to an extent, where like Ruckus hits a balance, right? We're not trying to do a Milsim weekend. They might come some 24, 48 hour event, like it might be there, but fucking Ruckus is about literally turning up and going in. It's about enabling players to go in and go, I want to go this weekend and fire 5,000 rounds. Okay, fine. I want to shoot 90 tag rounds. Fine. I want to have a competition who's going to see who can throw the most smoke. Fucking fill your boots. There is obviously always a concern with us around safety, but outside of generic safety, which I still think you're more likely to get hurt from a BB than you are from pyro. That's my honest opinion. Honest opinion. I've seen more injuries from BBs than I have pyro.
And this is coming from the man that blew his own hand up.
I did.
Not on purpose. Not on purpose, I might add.
I tell you what, it was sore for a couple of days of like a little bit of blistered skin, but I've definitely been physically hurt more by being shot.
Yeah, I can hands down say, looking at what you did to your hand, mate, I have had worse, you know, on my nose, this split, this
Remember when you
part,
got shot in the face at APOC?
mate. I've had this split, that split. You know, I've had lumps out of here, just from people not, you know, not realising their MED. So yeah, guaranteed, mate. And you know, I think obviously Brooksy, big shout out to Brooksy, mate. He obviously sent us, added us in his story. I don't know where that video was from, but that guy he basically got one of those tag grenades. It landed, and he's basically gone where he's recoiled in fear. He's gone. He's basically pinned it. And the pyro's gone off here, but he's fine. You know, he looked fine anyway.
Yeah, I mean, definitely would have shit him up, but didn't even blow his eye pro off. You know, you'd have thought that force from it, whatever, would cause some damage, but clearly not. But again, you know, Ruckus is about people being able to do that sort of shit. Like,
yeah.
We know that there's skirmish sites that we've been to and that friends have gone to that aren't keen on pyro, that aren't keen on tag rounds, or not sure if they're safe, or we don't know if we can use them here, and all that bullshit. Like, the last thing you want to do is have all this kit and get clapped with it, you know? And also, you know, speaking to Trent, who I caught up with today, who makes these bad boys, the FBS mortar rounds, and these, the guys that provide these. These are pretty much banned everywhere. I'm going to say that generically. Like, I don't know for sure, but there's a lot of places that disapprove of this type of pyro. I actually think that's way safer than being shot with a BB. Like, even if me and you are in the same room and we threw this as hard as we fucking could at each other, it's not going to hurt. It's not that heavy. It's not got enough mass that it's really, really going to fucking hurt you. Point blank, I think it would hurt, absolutely, coming out of the tube. But I think if you're 10, 15 meters, you're fucking, it's going to hurt a little bit.
But what we're saying is, you know, as you know, talk about it, be about it. You know, it might hurt, but just don't be a little bitch. Just, you know, yes, it might hurt. But what I mean is you're not going to be left with, like, you're not going to be missing some fingers or an arm. You know, you're not going to lose an eye. These things are, you know, along with even tag rounds, you know, they're pretty safe, mate. You know, it's a piece of cardboard. Come on.
Totally agree.
So yeah, I definitely, mate. I think it's a case of everyone's got all these awesome toys, and I'm talking everything from mortars to, you know, the Blackgate mortar launchers to, you know, tag shells, obviously down to your AEGs and your recoils and stuff. Everyone's got all this cool kit, but no one's been able to use an absolute bean, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've had the odd sort of weak sort of skirmish day here and there, but to really run the back out of something, do you know what I mean? To run things hard. So that's what I'm looking forward to, seeing guys using the kit hard, and just going in from start to finish. Same as Ruckus 1.0, really. You know?
Yeah.
Because there was very few guys, even when it was chucking it down with rain and they had that long slog back up the hill, they were still, like, you could see they were gassed. You know, I'd be on my hands and knees, but, you know, they were still like, let's go, let's spin it around, let's get back out there. You know?
Get it in.
Yeah.
And I must admit, mate, I think that was the biggest thing walking away from that, was just like being on the other side of things, of being able to see the commitment and the movement between the teams. I watched some insane firefights. I actually stood like static and not like being engaged. I could absorb everything that was happening. And there was like a little mound of rock, you know, it was fucking tiny, like, you know, 10 foot high, you know, considering the scale of the quarry, this little mound of rock, and there was someone laid on the back of it like this, and these lads have come round, and I'm like, oh fuck, it's gonna go off, and I like try not to give anything away, and I've got my face covered, my fucking beady eyes are all like, oh, look at this. And it just goes off, mate. It just claps these lads up. They're calling for medic. Other lads start infilling in. It was so exciting to watch. And I think now, going into this, knowing that this event potentially has the volume to be a much bigger scale event, we know this time that last time the Reaper crew brought, you know, the majority of the pyro and put a lot of pyro out. There is lads that have rivaled and surpassed the Reaper crew in regards of what they're bringing down. And that is to no mean feat, because I know that Sam is bringing a separate vehicle full of pyro. So, you know, those guys have gone for it. I think this event proves to be fucking wild, which is
and I think that's the right word for it, mate. It's going to be wild because, like I say, mate, you know, a lot of the big heads that were there, you know, from Reaper Crew, you know, Winks, you know, the Spartan boys, you know, there's some big teams and some sort of some well-known heads there that have done Ruckus 1.0. They know what it's about. They've gone away, tweaked what they brought to the first one, and just gone, right, let's triple it. Let's just raise the stakes even further, which I cannot wait to see, mate. Like you say, I think when you're, and it's not very often me and you are stood on the sidelines, unless we've been banned, of course, which is kind of tends to happen, you know. But you know, for us, like you bang on the money. I remember me being on one side of the site, sort of halfway in between the objective and respawn, and you were the same, and we was almost in eye line to each other, right?
Yeah.
So you could see, mate, like teams like little ants like running around like this, trying to outflank each other, trying to get the high ground, people fighting over the high ground. When you see it almost like that, not a bird's eye view, but that sort of stood back, a third person perspective from the firefight, it really does sort of bring home like what goes into these, you know, these sort of thoughts and these maneuvers around the site, because you can't, like I say, everyone could just leg it to the objective.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I know some guys did.
Yeah, exactly. So just a comment that's coming in that I think it's worth just quickly addressing before it passes. But Jimmy Davison said, "I'm looking forward to Sunday, hoping for something a bit more immersive than a skirmish." I think if you're looking for something that is like immersive towards losing yourself in role play and having set objectives and going down the route of, you know, fixed teams that are going out to do things, you're definitely looking at the wrong thing.
Not sure if comedy or satire.
Probably a little bit of both. What the Ruckus is, this is reading from the document. It says, "This is not a training event or Milsim orientated event. This event focused on clear objectives with one goal for you to have as much fun as possible." So if your level of immersion, you just mean lots of shit happening around you, that's definitely going to happen. You're probably going to get rattled by pyro. But I think if you're looking for kind of an immersive role play-esque event, this is definitely not it. It's not what we're trying to do. But
no, technically, if and I don't know how you've got to the conclusion. If that's what you think this is, I don't know how you've got to that conclusion, because every bit of media that we've put out is basically put this. You know, the Ruckus has always been just one giant tear up. So, like Tim, like you say, mate, if you're looking for some sort of like Milsim or Skirm Sim, some sort of, I mean, even if you want organisation and people that know what they're doing, don't turn up. It's not us. Don't.
Like, you know, we're going to point people towards objectives, but how they get there and how they choose to achieve them is totally down to them. And that can be something that's cohesive or individual. It really can be down to however you want to play it. What we do know coming that I'm looking forward to is a real big mixture of newer players that have been like very siloed on sites, small groups of 1 and 2 players, big groups of like 15, and everything in between, every skill level, every level of equipment. I know that there was someone I was speaking to earlier on Insta, and it's their first like Milsim event away from like their home site. It's the first time they're venturing out to go somewhere else. So like, if you sit in any of those ballparks, this weekend is going to be fucking wild for you. You're going to get an experience. And maybe this is what that guy means by immersion. You're going to have an experience of like, this is fucking crazy. And I tell you that when you hear these launch over the top of you, even if they're 30, 40 meters behind you, hear them come overhead, they've got like a whistle. I don't know what you'd call it. It's like a fucking like a turbulence noise, isn't it? They like.
You've got an object that's basically tearing through air, right? Air has mass of some description, so you're basically parting the air with a projectile. So yeah, you will get some sort of noise. I know what you mean. It's not necessarily like a whistle as such, but you definitely hear it moving, right?
You hear them go over. You know, you just hear this fucking over your head. So like, if those are the sorts of things and the explosions and lots of people fucking getting into it around you is what you're hoping to experience, you're definitely going to get that. And I also think you're going to see lots of varieties of play. You're going to see guys running out LMGs. You're going to see guys running out snipers. You're going to see guys running out like PTWs. You see guys that are more like enactment. I don't know what you want to call them, but like impersonationist kit. You're going to see all the way through to, you know, your cool guy shit. You're going to see a mixture of everything this weekend. And that is what I'm most excited about. Yeah, like I personally love to do events that are, you know, a particular way, but I think this weekend you're going to get a fucking big mix of people having a tear up, and we are super excited about that.
I think you're right, man. I think this is where 2.0 is. I'm really looking forward to see who turns up, because you know, before we had, you know, you had to book your space, jump on, but we kind of wanted to sort of push the boundaries a little bit, have it walk on, so that, you know, we could stretch the numbers a bit more, accommodate more people if they just fancied, oh, you know what, fuck it, let's bounce down. But speaking to you know, guys and girls, between the last one and this one, I think you're absolutely right. You know, whereas before we had a lot of people turn up because they booked because they know us, they follow the channel. You know, they might not like us, not a lot of people do, but they follow what we do. You know, but you've got some hard hitters, mate. Like I say, you know, you've got Sam and Billy. You know, you've got those guys, Spartan Boys, Winks. You know, guys and girls that know what they're doing. You can just give them a direction and they'll be off, mate, with tooled up to the teeth. But I like the fact that now this time, like I say, we don't know who we're going to get. You know, we have got some sort of slightly newer lads coming, which I think is epic, because end of the day, the only way you're going to get more experience and learn more is being around people who have been there and done it. So I think it's going to be as much of a yeah, they will do by the end of it. I think it'll be more of a just as much of a, what can I say, like a community gathering as it will be a tear up. Do you know what I mean? Because I think it'll be nice for people to sort of catch up, you know, chew the fat. And as much as I know people, I think there's going to be a lot of good guys there. So a lot of knowledge to impart, you know, on those that haven't.
Yeah, I think, like, you know, we're really fortunate that the kind of big majority of this channel and the following is like really high integrity, you know, honest, good caliber players. But I think there's going to be a fucking big mix of people this weekend that just, for me, is going to be sick. You know, people talking about the pyro, people talking about smokes and fucking tags being launched and all that sort of shit. Like, if you are worried or concerned or affected by any of that, obviously you can have a chat with us. Look, you know, all of these things are going to be used in a safe capacity. That's one thing that we know. We trust the people. We trust the people that come in on the day to use all this shit safely. But there is going to be a fucking lot of it, and that we can't avoid. You know, if you're in on objective, if you've got right up the front, and then you're getting peppered with fucking mortars and tags, you know, it's time for big boy pants or big girl pants, and to crack on. You know, the site is fucking giant. We have only explored probably a third of the site with the people that we've currently been doing events with. And so, you know, people were saying to me, oh, well, what if 150 people turn up? And like, we've got more than enough site and capability to have a 75 on 75, like fucking easily. Like, you could lose people with 75 versus 75. So, you know, numbers wise, we're more than comfortable. We've taken every precaution into place for COVID, and attested to all of the rules around COVID and all the legal restrictions. We are an outdoor site with minimum facilities, realistically, or actually zero facilities. So all of the things all the paradigms and stuff that would go against us potentially as a business being able to run an event, if there is an admin area, if you've got toilets, if you've got any commercial facilities that are used by multiple people, all those things we don't have to worry about. So, you know, we are quite lucky. And also being an industrial commercial quarry, people saying about the police and stuff, it's a private site on private land, with no pedestrian access, no civil access or anything like that. So realistically, they can show up, but that land can be used in any format as long as it's legal. And we've gone down every single route to make sure it's all legal. So we're super fucking excited about this weekend. We can really do anything there.
Just on that note, I know obviously, Tim, you delved into this quite anally, do you know what I mean? More than I'd like to have done. So yeah, I know Tim's gone down every avenue to make sure that, you know, every legality is covered, everything's squeaky clean. You know, obviously we did hear news of some sites opening, you know, before the 12th. Some sites were running events. Won't name and shame, but you know you are. And but again, we always want to stay on the right side of the law and do what's right, you know. But but you bang on, mate. You know, we're covered. Everything's covered. You know, all the waivers will be there. You know, it's private land, so realistically, we wanted to make sure everything was squeaky clean, so you guys can just turn up, lick off your rounds, get your rocks off, and just go home. Do you know what I mean? Get your fill and just bounce. That's really it.
If you do have any questions, see some questions coming in about cash or card. It'll be cash on the day, please.
Yes, no card facilities, unfortunately.
Yeah, and also, guys, if you want to live stream, if you want to do that sort of shit while you're getting ready, you might find that your signal is pretty bad there. Some people, me and Rich, have also been there before, where we've had like full 4G, and then other times we've been there and we've had absolutely nothing. So just be warned. Sam Brooks, Kelly's getting smashed. THG Kel, poor Kelly. She's been around the block. She has. Since the last game, so she's back stronger than ever.
She went missing for a little while, but she's back.
She did. She come running back. Hold on a sec. Someone said about how we're going to split up the teams. We'll deal with that on the day. So don't worry about that. We'll split things up. We've got some really exciting shit laid out.
We will,
guys, throughout the day. And then talking about that, Richie, we have been really fortunate. I know you've got a whoopee on to have some stuff donated for the event. So I'll let you take that away.
So yes, so literally we hadn't planned any of this at all. So it was totally off the cuff. So obviously with the success of the last one and how much pyro that was used and basically sent into the inner orbit, it was only right that the guys that was probably responsible for all of the for the tilt of the Earth's axis, Blackgate UK. So those are the guys that make the launchers. Tim has a launcher with him, which he's going to model very nicely for me right now. So it has the foregrip, it has the iron sights, everything, got the sling there. So the guys over at Blackgate UK are going to give away one of these mortar launchers at the Ruckus 2.0 event, along with 6 mortar rounds just to get you started. I believe more available on the day. Just speak to the Blackgate UK guys. So to win this, all you have to do is turn up. That is it. That's all you have to do. You don't have to buy a raffle ticket, nothing. Just turn up. When you turn up, you'll see my ugly mug. You'll be given a wristband with a number on it. In the morning, during the brief, I'd imagine around there, we will call out a number. If you have that number, you will win the Blackgate launcher right there and then.
And a load of these.
And a load of those. So you can crack straight on from the very first game and, you know, get your rocks off and use it. So big, massive thank you to the Blackgate UK guys for sending one of those out for up for grabs. Oh, look at that. Yeah, boy. Is that up for grabs as well? Or is that yours?
It was, I mean, it's...
what hat? But also, we're very, very lucky to have a very special friend of the channel, Mr. Jolly Green JTAC, aka Widow10, who makes these wonderful things. The Widow10, the Whoopee hoodie, the original Whoopee hoodie. There is no substitute. This is the only one that you need to concern yourself with. So he is giving away. He's given us a nice little supply drop. So it is a medium. Is that right, Tim?
I think it's a medium. Yeah, it's a medium.
It's a medium in multicam, right?
I don't know. I believe. I can't remember. I will look at the post now. I think it's multicam black.
Is it multicam black? So anyway, either way, guys, up for grabs. There will be 3 sets of prizes from Widow10. Thank you, mate. There will be a Whoopee hoodie, a patch, and a sticker. And I think there will be a Widow10 t-shirt, a patch, and a sticker, and then you have a patch and a sticker. So there'll be 3 tiers of prizes up for grabs from Widow 10. So again, these are an absolute immense bit of kit. I have literally lived in this thing.
It's multicam black.
Is it multicam black?
Yeah. So yeah, this is the price. You've got the the multicam black Whoopi. We've got the Widow 10 t-shirt. I can try and get it. Anyway, and then a load of patches, stickers and stuff from them. So, you know, I think as well from memory, the patches from Widow 10 are not going to be for sale. I think they are a limited edition collection. Oh yeah, limited drop on the patches and the stickers. So
yeah, boy. So yeah, that's
I've got a multicam one coming for myself.
Yeah, it's multicam black. Either way, guys, you know, one of these epic hoodies, Whoopi hoodies, is up for grabs. And again, you have to do nothing other than turn up. However, if you are a dick during the day, you will get the prize taken off of you by Sam and Billy. All right. I do it nothing instead of them. No, so epic news. 2 really nice prizes from 2 really great companies. So thank you guys for that.
Yeah, that's it's pretty cool. I mean, we know that sites do giveaways and bits and bobs like that, but I think, you know, for us, they're 2 really cool things. One that we've actively promoted and pushed, and we allow the use of on the site with the Blackgate launchers. These things are fucking cool. Again, you know, it's something that we've kind of grown really fond of, being massive tag round advocates. I really love the mortars as well. Really easy to use, quite easy to, you know, not easy to fuck up. And you know, you don't have to worry about really, you don't have to worry about things like gas and O-rings and all the other shit that you have to worry about potentially with tag rounds. So, you know, these things are cool. They're readily available. We might have sold just so many of these for our event that the owner of Flashbang Smoke is actually bringing down the delivery from the factory.
From the store to your door.
He was like, "Oh, yeah, I've got a batch at the factory called Ruckus." I was like, "Oh, cool." So, you know, guys have gone in with the pyro. Smoke rules. People have been asking me about them. Colours for smoke, whatever you fucking like, pretty much. Size of smoke, as long as it isn't, you know, an hour's worth of smoke. We'll pretty much do for anything else.
That, the only thing I would say is just make sure it's not any of the bright red marine smokes. Okay. The marine, and you, mate, listen, you can't mistake it. A marine smoke is like this big,
yeah,
bright yellow. It will have all the stuff on it. So, just if you can steer away from those guys, please do. But small reds are fine. It's just the big, like Tim says, hour long.
Yeah,
you know, ones that you let off in the channel when you sunk the Titanic. You know.
Is the snap on Classic 96? Johnny Green JTAC, good to have a drop from you guys. Yeah, absolutely. We're super fucking hyped about that. And to be honest, they dropped it out of nowhere. So a massive thank you to Widow 10, aka Johnny Green JTAC. Those guys are out there doing shit for real, which is awesome. That they don't just screen us like all the rest of the military does with Airsofters. Like, fucking hell,
swerve them. Give them the old IB for swerve. Also, big shout out to Fire Mission Blog. I know he always likes all our stuff. I don't know why we're terrible.
We're really not.
We're a horrible bunch. But shout out to those guys. You know, not just doing a proper job. You know, absolutely stonking job, but they're really nice guys as well. So cheers for the support, boys.
We always get mad shit sent to them, like a picture at 3 o'clock in the morning of someone huddled in some woodland looking at a map. Hey.
But you always notice though, like all the pictures we get, it's not like the infantry boys where they're like laying in a ditch for their own piss and shit. You know, they're literally just like they're just gently taking a knee on some scenery on a hill somewhere.
With a little silk cushion put down underneath one of their knees.
You can see this much in the corner of the camera down here. There's a little wicker basket with some prosecco in it.
I'm a JTAC, don't you know? Just get a little stick for hitting everyone.
Yeah. No.
Back peasant.
No. Yes.
Peasant.
No.
I'm going to say that now. I'm going to have obs on my house for the next 2 hours here in AC 130 going over.
Mate.
But yeah, much respect to those boys. So thank you for the support.
Yeah. And again, I know I bang on about it, but literally, Tim seen me. I absolutely live in this thing. To be fair, it is very worn now. I was trying to keep this for best, but I've pulled some threads on it and all sorts. I just run it into the ground, mate. It's so comfy and warm as well.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think we were out at the quarry one night and I had like a level 7 on and a hoodie and everything. I think you had that and a t-shirt on. And I was like, what the fuck? He was like, you got to get one.
Yeah.
But yeah, all good.
So
nothing tactical about 8 a.m., bro. Yeah, we did get something last time. Although there are some I shouldn't really say. There are some secret giveaways on the day. There will be some other stuff to win and get, but I'm not saying any more than that. No. So any of you guys that do want to come away with a sneaky prize, there is going to be stuff on the day that you can potentially take home. Some very, very, very
swagging.
Yeah, it's that
Bilbo swagging.
We don't have what we're going to give away, so that's pretty cool too. Sam, what's up, dude? Know your type with all the Blackgate guys, so we've been having a gas about them. Just going back through, if there is any questions from anyone watching, please feel free to do it.
Yeah, bang them in, get the questions in, because obviously this is why we're here, right? A Q&A. So any questions about what do's, don'ts, what's going to happen? Could you win a date with Kelly, Jamie? Possibly. Oliver? Possibly.
Who knows? Kelly may have a counterpart as well, which is going to be super fun.
Yeah, Kelly may already be on a date with someone at Ruckus. So
just take that into consideration that you might be having to cock block before you can get any of that action, any of that sweet action.
Right, I'm going to grab a beer. 2 seconds.
Go on, you do it. Ben Russell, how many people do you think will rock up? I don't know. And this is, Ben, this is genuinely what's been really fun about like the whole experience of this is that I would love to be able to say to you, there is, 53 people coming, right? And from the OCD part of me, I really love the idea of just knowing exactly what is going to happen. But then there's this kind of chaos part of both me and Richie that we don't want to know how many people are going to come, and whatever happens we're going to adapt to the scene. But I think if it's 100 people or say 80 people, I think it's going to be a hell of a fucking tear up. Again, if it's 120, great. If it's 60 or 40, whatever happens, whatever those numbers that turn out to be, it's going to be a really, really good firefight. And as long as people are honest and don't act like idiots, the day is going to flow incredibly fucking well.
Yeah, I think we've got another prize to add, mate, to the raffle.
How do I play? I'll bring my punch repair kit.
I think Mondo Mooty's got something to add to the raffle.
Oh, hold on. I'll throw my Thai misses into the raffle. One careful only drop once.
Why is he not coming down?
I'm gutted because he's the only one that drinks with us all the time.
All the time. Cheers, mate.
Cheers. A Chaz. I'm just going to go back through this. I reckon 98. Will we have to operate out of our vehicles? Yes. Jimmy, you will. Don't worry. The way that we're going to do the car parking, you're not going to be far away from safety areas and from the vendors. But by not having everyone together, like working it out of the same areas, we can avoid a lot of cross-contamination. I know at some point that's going to happen. People are going to be around one another. But at this particular time of what we're doing, going through with COVID, if you're in a group of 4 people in your vehicle traveling for 3 hours, and then you guys are all stood together at the back of your car, for us, that's the best that we can do. What we didn't want to do is put tables out and bits and bobs and awnings and stuff, and then having loads of random people together. So it's to isolate people, and you'll see how we're going to deal with that in the morning on Sunday, and then throughout the day, we'll do what we can. Another thing to remember, guys, is tourniquets or a bandage of some form. Now, I know that NV Night Vision is getting some tourniquets in, but if you've got a tourniquet or you've got a couple of them that you can lend out to you and your friends, not to just any fucking randomer, but if you do have them, bring them and use them as your medical tourniquet for the day. Again, this is not for real steel or fucking real life usage. If you get clipped, I'm going to try and find one. If you get hit or shot during the day, these are actually a really good thing just to have on, you know, a bit of kit, and you can then just throw that on like so, and that's your life, you know, back in, your medic's back in. If you get hit again and you've got this on, you're like, fuck, I need to head back to regen. So really, these are nice and convenient.
Yeah.
You can just do it with a bit of bandage if you want, or you know, whatever. But these are pretty cool, and once you've got one, they normally last for fucking ever. So
yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, my advice would be, if you've got a tourniquet or a couple of them, bring them. But I would also, you know, just cut off, you know, a 2 foot, 3 foot of bandage. Strips of 3 foot of bandage, whatever it is. Just bring a load of that, you know, because if you do lose your tourniquet, if you're in a tear up or you're running or whatever, it comes off, have a backup. So please, guys and girls, if you are coming, tourniquet, bandages, spares.
Yeah,
that's what I'd say. Just because that will be, we're going to keep it super simple on the day. You know, it's literally like Tim said, one hit, someone needs to medic you, put your tourniquet on you. Second hit, back to regen. It's that literally hit 2 hits and out. That's it.
Yeah, and we'll be going through all of this, won't we, Richard?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, Sam, I'll tell you what, if you've got a couple of rolls of bandages, mate, that would be awesome. If you could bring them, that'd be fucking sick, just in case. And then you can pimp your services out to everyone. That'd be awesome. But yeah, again, bandages, tourniquets, something like that. Very simple medic rules. We will go through the medic rules on the day. We'll go through all of this stuff. People were asking about chrono limits as well, and I know that that's something that's come up quite a few times as to what we're doing in regards of FPS. So it's 370 so it's pretty much the UK legal limits, right? Yeah. 370 for an AG, it's 450 for a DMR. If you have a DMR, it absolutely has to be locked to semi. It cannot be, oh yeah, it's 450, but you know, I'm only going to use safe and semi. You know, absolutely, it has to be locked via your fire selector. And then sniper rifles, I think it's 550. The engagement MED for snipers, for DMRs, for tags, for mortars, everything is 35 meters. And we will mark out on our range that you can go and play with on the morning where 35 meters is, so you can learn that reference point.
Yeah, and believe it or not, mate, you know, we did this before we laid out, you know, our training day, put targets at certain distances, and you will be surprised. Even myself got a lot of the distances wrong. So, you know, please don't be afraid to head down to the shooting range, have a plink, and just acquaint yourself with 35 meters. I know it sounds like, oh, well, I know what that is. It won't hurt. Please just head down there. You know, look at 30 meters, go, all right, next. So if you want to lick off a mortar or a tag round, just take a split second to check that 35 meters.
Absolutely.
You know, what's an extra half a second, you know?
Absolutely. And you're going to be heading down that way to chrono anyway. So everyone will chrono on the day. And what we're going to do in the morning, when we're all getting together for the safety, we'll go through those guns and we'll have everyone just run through and check and make sure that everyone's chronoed on the day. We're going to obviously have our register as well. So, you know, when you go to chrono, make sure you go and do that. Timings on the day, we've been asked about that as well. I'm going to run through this very, very quickly. So arrivals from 8 a.m. That means that the front gate will open at 8 and then you will queue in your cars. That will all be explained to you on the day, so don't fucking panic about that. At 10 o'clock, we will start our briefings and safety. That will take about 15 to 20 minutes by the time we've gone through everything and answered all the questions. And then we will head out to the start point from 10:30. So that gives you a little bit of time if you just need to wrap up and do other bits, or come and see us with any safety concerns, medical conditions, and all those sorts of things. We will start the game about 11. Now, we say about 11, we're hoping to start before because it's not going to take us half an hour to walk to the safety point, but we get everyone together and make sure everyone's happy. So the game will go on from 11. That game will run through to 1 o'clock, and then we'll break for lunch at 1, and then we will head back on to the site at 2 o'clock. And then crack on from 2 until 2:30 until 3:30. So we've got a 2-hour period in the morning and a 90-minute period in the afternoon. We're then going to go back for a little break and a bomb up into the last event that will go between 3:30 and 4:30, dependent upon how that game plays out. And we will explain all of these on the day. So for that 2-hour period in the morning, that first game, if you want to take out on the ground with you a day sack or a backpack or whatever you choose to take out with you, something like this, for example, you can either carry it with you and you can carry as much shit as you like. Yeah. As much as you like. Also, if you want to get your bag and fill it up and then dump it at the regen point, you can also do that too. So if you want to stack it for the fucking 50,000 rounds and leave it at regen, you're more than happy to do that. Again, if you want to take it out on the ground with you, you can. You are going to be out for that 2-hour period. So all the basics, water, food, you know, all those sorts of things. If you want to take it with you, bits of snacks and whatever. I think to stop and physically eat, you're going to be too fucking busy. But definitely hydration will be really important. When you head back to your regen, get some fluids on. Yeah,
I think, like I say, you know, for what it will take to throw stuff in a bag, you know, we don't really want guys going back to their car if they can help it. Yeah. Obviously, if you have to, you have to. But, you know, the more time you spend walking back to your car, getting stuff, it's a less trigger time you have. Yeah. And that's our aim, right? To get as much trigger and pyro time as possible for you guys. So, absolutely. If you like say, if you have a grab bag, day sack, anything like I think it was Ben Russell was asking about how much you can carry, a wheelbarrow, exactly, mate. Even if you can, you know, have a small Sherpa with a donkey, just carry pyro, as much pyro as you can carry, ammo, water, you know, obviously as well, any medical supplies that you may need. If you have any medical issues, please take that with you as well. Yeah. But yeah, you can leave it at your regen. It will be safe. There will be a marshal on or around the regen. Yeah. So your stuff will be safe there. Yeah. So again, you know, people are asking, you know, what can I carry? What can I take out with me? Also with guns, what guns can I take with me? Carry as much as you fucking like. If you want to have an LMG on one shoulder and, you know, your MP7 on your back and then 20 pistols across your chest, fill your boots. Again, this is not a Milsim event. This isn't something where, you know, we're going to categorize and group people based on what they're carrying. If you want to run out with 2 Mark 46s and 5 launchers across your back, fill your fucking boots. Yeah. Likewise, if you want to just carry 2 Desert Eagles dual wheeled like John Wick, go for it. We're totally down with that tool. Have you got a cameraman? Yes, we have got people that are going to be taking up on photos. We will probably try and steal a little bit of Fierce Fox's time because her photos were fucking immense last time. Yeah, and nice. we owe her some kudos for banging out some good fots. Myself, Richie, and Mottus, Mr. Mottus, who I'm sure was in here earlier, lurking around in the shadows. We will have our cameras on us, and then so will the other people that are going to jump into Marshall with us, whether that be Merrick, whether that be Trent, or any of the guys from JCI or any of the other guys coming down, or Envy. We will have lots of marshals out on the ground to try and get as many photos, videos and bits and bobs as possible. Obviously, if you're running GoPros, cameras and those sorts of things, then please feel free to obviously bang the footage up and go for it. Yes, you can bring GoPros, Sam. We are allowing them. What I ask and what me and Richard will both request is that by putting that camera on your head, don't play for the camera. Play to enjoy yourself, and we had a long chat about this, didn't we? Massive, in the fact that, you know, we, unlike our black events, we wholesomely encourage any pictures, videos, just fill your boots, guys. But like, you know, like exactly as Tim's saying, we had a long chat about this, you know, because we know there are some absolute throbbers out there that will put a camera on their head and will create problems, create scenes, create whatever you like, just to get some good some controversial footage and some likes from it. So please, if you're going to put a camera on your head or on your gun or whatever you want, fine, but just play as you normally would. Play like the camera isn't there. Okay. Stick by that rule, and you won't go far wrong.
Yeah,
Now,
absolutely agree.
Now, if you fuck up and you start to play up, and we start hearing things, coming back about you, there will be some, what's the word I'm looking for? Some repercussions in place.
Yeah.
So they will be explained on the day, or do you want to do it now?
Let's do it on the day. Let's keep everyone on their toes.
Right.
What we will say is that there will be a light-hearted penalty for people that are slightly misbehaved. But if you act like a cunt, you're just going to get thrown off the site, and that's it. That, we have no higher power to answer to. We have no respect to earn or gain, or we have nothing to leverage. We don't have to keep people sweet. If you act like a twat, you're just going to get thrown off site. It will probably be by Sam and Billy. I would imagine. Depending on what team you're on. If not, if you act like an arsehole and you're on the other team, it'll probably be maybe Parky picking you up and escorting you off. So there'll be no bullshit. But we don't have to tell you guys that. That it's somewhere that we didn't have to go last time. We don't have to go there again.
I just think we have to say it.
Absolutely.
We are so lucky. A lot of the guys and girls in the chat, same as all you guys and girls that turn up to Ruckus 1.0. This is why we decided to do a second one, because I was on the fence, mate. I was about Ruckus 1.0. It only takes one person to ruin a game, ruin an event. But I was blown away, mate. Everyone their behaviour was impeccable. The hit taking was impeccable. I don't think I heard one issue all day, not one. And I'm almost certain that this one will be no different. But that being said, we have opened the doors to a lot more people. So I think that we, not trying to tarnish everyone on the same brush, because we know most of the guys and girls in here are spot on, but we have to say it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we'll play it by ear on the day, but we're expecting good levels of integrity and really good levels of play throughout. And that's kind of what we've come to expect. As we have said, we do know there's some younger players coming. There is also some older players coming. If you want to kind of hit both ends of the spectrum, including me and Richie, will hobble around on oxygen. But there is absolute strong adult themes throughout the whole day. I have no filter. Richie has no filter. There will be cunts and fucks and buggers thrown into people as part of your team or as not part of your team, and we are expecting lads to really be going at it. So, and the girls, testosterone flying from both ends of the spectrum. So if that's the case, then just please be aware that this is an adults event. We've obviously invited younger players along, but this is an adult event for any of the
definitely. So there will be adult themed games as well. So if you are easily offended, I recommend just don't come. I'm almost certain 99.9% of you are absolutely fine with everything that's going to go on, everything that's going to be said, but we have to.
If you are a little bit green around the gills or slightly offended by bad words, tits and vaginas, then definitely don't turn up. We also can't control our audience and the guys that are going to be there. Some of the guys that are in the chat room, Winks. Yes, Winks. You. Absolutely. Winks is beyond 1,000,000% out of control, crazy. So, we're going to have some characters there on the day. But we are so excited about finally this has come round and doing it. A lot of people have already asking us about what the next thing is. What are we doing next? Are we going to do more? People that can't make it to this event, what the next steps are. We have definitely got a lot on the cards. Me and Richie and Mr. M have a combined document of all the shit we want to do, and it grows by the fucking day. It's crazy.
Nope.
Absolutely crazy.
Nope.
All right, no, we don't. We don't have a document of all the shit that we're going to do. It's a lie.
Basically, once we've done Ruckus 2.0, me and Tim are retiring. That's it.
That's it. I'm just going to run off into the sunset.
I think basically we're just going to we won't run off into the sunset, mate. We'll probably there won't be anything left. If you imagine, there will just be a crater where the quarry is. That's it. It will turn into the next blue water, mate. That's what it will be.
What happened to the site? It's dust.
gone.
Urban Reaper turned our quarry to dust, and now they're a dust farm.
What, mate? 50 years from now, people go, whatever happened to Ruckus and all those guys? You know, like Sam, like Urban and Spartan and all those boys. Just gone.
That's it.
Yeah, but what happened though? No, they just disappeared. Gone. That was it.
There'll be a layer of sediment there. You know, like when you go through the cliffs and there's just a black layer of shit. That's everyone left over from Ruckus. It's just a thin layer of fucking ash.
In mineral form.
Biodegradable Ruckus. That's all that's left over. I'm sorry, Rageophile, if we do offend you. Obviously, I'd never want to offend you. Because you look like a fucking Viking. But of course, never want to offend you. Envy, you guys have these, right? Just in case people do want to get them, you can get them from Envy.
Yeah, I believe so. So yes, there will be a ton of. I say a ton. There'll be quite a few vendors down at the Ruckus. So obviously we'll have Matt from Envy, obviously displaying his wonderful night vision optics and accessories now, which. Quiz away, ask him any questions. So, you know, if any Milsims or events coming up that you want to hire night vision for, which I think is an absolute stonking idea, he'll be there on hand to answer your questions. We'll also have the comms god, that is JCI. He will be on site. And with JCI, and I would recommend this to anyone because I found out some interesting information over the past week or so. If you have a radio, right, whether it's a Baofeng, TRI, TCA, whatever it may be, right, it's only as good as the antenna, okay, which we all know.
Yeah.
JCI is bringing down his antenna test meter.
Ooh.
Right, and he showed me some results from. I sent him about 5 antennas, okay, and one of them was absolute dog shit, mate.
Who made it?
I'm not at liberty to say. But all I'm saying is, it's meant to be a legit company to supply to legit people. That when it come back on the antenna meter reading, it was worse. And I'm going to say about, I don't know, if TRI antennas are a 10 out of 10,
yeah,
right, this was a 1. It was the pits, mate. Honestly, terrible. Anyway, he will have his antenna test meter with him on Sunday. So please, if you just for curiosity's sake, if you've got an antenna on your radio, take it off, give it to him. He will test it. He's going to hate me for this now. Have a cure people, but I don't care, because he's already fixed my shit. So.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. So yeah, please do that. Test your antenna. It will be such an eye opener for you.
Right, I'm going to get this one tested then. This is the gold and black from S&R Comms.
Right. So I got the results back from mine, and they were good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got this like on one of those little quick plug things. And
but again, obviously, cool. like JCI was saying, those vest worn antennas. Obviously, he tested it on a bench. He said, ideally, you're meant to have it worn around your body or around your plate carrier, you know, woven through your plate carrier. He said you could only do a real true test with it when it's on your body, or you know. So yeah, it was good. It was good. So anyway, I digress. JCI is coming down with a ton of kit. Finger it, you know, buy it, test it, whatever. Obviously, the guys, the legends that are camo raids are coming down with some kit as well. Not quite sure what they're bringing, but they're coming. We also have New Prol coming down. Is that correct?
No, flashbang smoke coming down. So
flashbang smoke. I do apologise. Yeah.
We've got Camo there as well. Now, Camo did put into the comments about the fact that they are doing a raffle giveaway of an MP7. So we'll have to find out the details for that. Now, we have spoken to them about it. I don't know how much the tickets will be, but they'll probably be fucking cheap. So you could please walk away with a launcher, some very limited edition goodies, a whoopee from the
Widow 1-0.
Widow 1-0 guys, and an MP7, which would be fucking cool.
Yeah. So now, obviously, I know the MP7s. Obviously, guys, you will have to buy a raffle ticket for that, but they're super cheap, like £1 or £2, whatever they are.
Yeah.
To win an MP7, a TM MP7, not just a VFC or some bing bong. Can you please post Jolly Green JTAC's comment?
Yes, I can.
I nearly folded on that one.
I can't find it.
But yeah, so obviously you can, if technically just by turning up to Ruckus, you could win a shed ton of kit. By turning up to Ruckus and spending about £2, you could win, a shed ton of kit.
A shed.
A shed.
Hey, I cannot find Jolly Green JTAC's comment.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, it might have been blocked. Hold on.
No. Oh, actually, he did say the word right.
No.
It might have done.
How do I fucking pin it? Sorry, guys.
Envy's part of the Scar Hates Club. Yeah, boy.
I'm really sorry, but I can't see it.
Oh, come on, Tim. Winks, can he test a coat hanger? Yes, I'm going to say he can test anything.
Yeah, probably
really.
so.
Yeah, so basically, obviously, I must have given JCI Comms, 2 radios, about 1, 2, 3 PTTs, and about 5 antennas. So he's been working through that kit, bless him. So there is a mixture of TRI in there. Obviously, some of his kit is going back for review. Because obviously I've had my fingers on it, I've had to play with it, and he's going to tweak it as such. But yeah, obviously my power button on my TRI failed miserably, like the first one did. Yeah, so he's been busy with that. But yeah, looking forward to seeing JCI Comms down at the site, because I know he got inundated. I think Billy might have brought something from me last time. But again, as always, it's nice to see the kit laid out. Whether it's guns from Camo, whether it is comms from JCI, just to see all his kit laid out, finger bang it and such.
Yeah, can't see the comment from JCI or from Jolly Green JTAC on StreamYard for some reason. I have absolutely no idea why. No idea at all.
Bong.
So yes, if you do want to pick up the MP7, I will find out what the raffle tickets are. But on the day, just go and see Camo, and they will hook you up with that. I would imagine it'll be a couple of quid per ticket. So throw a tenner in, up your chances of winning.
Absolutely, like £5 will give you 5 times as many chances to win.
5 times as many chances.
5 times as many chances to win. MP7.
Mate, amazing. What a fucking tear up you could have, walk away with that. That'd be good, Stephen Toast. Right, any other questions, guys? Fire them up. For some reason, I can't see that comment. It's fucking crazy. Okay. I have no idea why. Very odd indeed.
These comments are hilarious.
I'm going through it. Yeah, I've pinned it to the YouTube chat, but I can't see it in StreamYard. I cannot see it in the stream of yards.
Toast. Stephen Toast.
I imagine it was a good comment anyway. I will just try and read it. I'll say it. VMAS by Disco. Okay, got you. No, Disco, what have you done?
Mate, he started it.
Tim, you get any browner in your end, be entitled to a house in Hampstead and clothing on coupons? I've got that anyway, mate. Oh. People are going to be like, these two are fucking weird. Or someone's dad or parent is about to run into their kid's bedroom and go, what are you watching? Who are they?
Turn it off right now. Turn it off.
Turn it off. But yeah, so any other questions, guys, in regards to stuff for the event, let us know. I think we've covered most of the shit I wanted to.
I think so. If there's any sort of, questions regarding what do you expect, what do you think is going to be there on the day? Is anything you'd like to see there on the day? Obviously, it's a bit late now, but so tough shit. But any questions regarding the event or after the event, whack them in the chat.
Into the chat.
I'm going to grab another beer.
Yeah, I'm actually out of drink.
Out.
I know. No, I need to actually go and sort it. My mum's out grafting. She owes me money. Oi, oi. John, good to see you in here. Me old fruit bat. Looking forward to seeing you at the weekend and the rest of the other retrobates. Oh, which arm? This arm or this arm? This arm? This arm. Is that helping? I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't doing anything stupid. I promise. I was on best behaviour.
I was gone for 2 seconds.
I know. You just can't trust me. Just can't trust me.
I know that. So just one thing we have been speaking about for a long time, Ruckus 2.0. As anyone who's not been under a rock knows that there will be a military grade amount of pyro at this event. Herein, we wholeheartedly recommend Air Pro.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't have to be, the Gucci type of Air Pro like this, like the Earmores. But if you can bring some sort of Air Pro with you, I would definitely do it. We will have a limited amount of foam earplug pyro on the day. If you do come to us after the first game and go, yes, if you come to us after the first game and go, I've absolutely been rattled to death by that pyro, please, I'm going deaf, my ears are bleeding. We will have some kind of foam earplugs, Ear Pro for you, should you have left home with nothing. So there will be some available on site, but please, if you have Ear Pro, I do recommend you bringing them.
Yes, absolutely. And I get it that, people are like, well, it's not going to be landing next to me, whatever. If you do choose to launch one of these, if you haven't had to go with one of these and you get the opportunity to even borrow ours, which you can do on the day, I will be pimping out this beautiful bit of kit. So if you do want to have a go on one of these, please feel free to pick yourself up some rounds, which we'll be able to do on the day, and come and find me, and you can have a go on this one. If you haven't fired one of these before, I absolutely urge you to have a fucking go at it, because when I saw someone fire them, they did this and hold it like shaking and fucking gripping it so tight that their knuckles have gone white. And I thought, pussy clats. And then had a go at it, and it literally will throw you back. They really have got a phenomenal kick, and they throw out a massive fucking fireball. They're super, super fun to fire. And I think outside of the fact that, these are going to kill other players, they are just so fucking cool to use. There will be lots of people running about these. So if you do get the option, or you see someone with one and you can buy some rounds for yourself and just pimp theirs, I'm sure they won't mind. But definitely try and have a go on one of these while you're there. If you do want to bring some cash and pick one up, go and see the guys at Blackgate on the day, and you can get one of these on the day. It's my little sales pitch. But they are fucking cool.
I guarantee 10 minutes into the first game, you will see about 20 players with these licking off about 500 rounds.
Yeah.
You will not want to be the guy that doesn't have one. Okay?
Yeah.
You don't want to be the guy on the team that goes, oh, I wish I had one of those.
Yeah, they are fucking, they're so much fun.
I must admit, like you say, I remember it was Splatoon when I first fired one.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, cool, yeah. And this thing went, oh, and I was like, wow, my dick's hard.
I need to go deal with this. See you later. Sorry.
Walking around like the letter L. Do you know what I mean?
I literally I done the same. I had to go on it as Splatoon, and then I let someone else fire our one that Sam gave us at Ruckus, and I fired it actually at Ruckus when Sam gave me this one, and I fired it then at Splatoon, but then I watched someone else fire one, and when I stood next to them and watched that fucking huge fireball come out, I was like, I'm about that life.
Yep.
I'm about that. They're super cool. Super. But you can pick them up on the day if you need to. Shit, I need to go back through the comments. Sorry, guys. I'm going to check up on the comments now. I've had them closed.
I like how referring to Disco 32's antennas to something has now become a thing in the chat. It's brilliant, mate. It is literally.
I'm going back through it now.
It's gone to another level. It's amazing.
Can we use TLD pyro? Yes, you can use TLD pyro.
Winks. Wow. Wow.
I'm going through it now. Wine it, Jamie. 4 weeks.
I mean,
for them now.
Wow.
As effective as Freddie Mercury's rubbers. That's a dream job. Sack of bones is a piece of piss to look after. Jesus Christ, Winks.
Yep.
See what I mean, everyone? I'm just saying, if you're in the chat and you're having to deal with Winks, wait until you see the giant Scottish fucking man for himself.
I mean,
it's even worse when people go, you should respect people who served, and then you meet Winks.
Yeah. That is so true. If ever there was an advert not to do it, it's like, he's the guy. He's the guy.
You know them Royal Marines commandos where someone pops up out of a river? Could you just imagine Winks doing it on a golf course, stark naked?
Levels of city block.
Brooksy, I'll see you on Sunday, mate. Looking forward to catching up with you and all of the boys. Fucking Winks absolutely cracks me up. If there is any other questions, obviously related, please feel free to give us a shout. And plus, we'll be available on the day. If you have any problems, obviously let us know. There'll be other marshals available, and we'll be kicking about in the morning while you guys are getting all sorted and ready. Any of the other questions? Someone asked me about loadouts. Can I take a sniper and an AG out? Yep, you can. Obviously, you cannot get up close with your sniper rifle. Your MED is 35 meters. If you're not sure what 35 meters is, it'll be marked out on the range.
There will be obviously a set range and some targets at set ranges. So in the morning, if you want to just zero your weapon and just have a plink, try it out, go for that.
Yeah, you can do that. It'd be down where the chrono area is as well. So we'll put a little label. I'll show you what that will look like. I've got it kicking about here somewhere.
It actually says "Winks not welcome."
Here we go. It'll be this kicking about somewhere. So just look out for this. Got the 30, 50, 70. So that will be kicking about on the day. So just look for that, and then there'll be an area with some black targets up. And you can clap some rounds off at them. We'll have the 70 as well. So if any of you guys do want to test your guns out for plinking out to that little extra bit of range, obviously try it out on the 70. Start gauging the wind and all those sorts of things. It does cut across that
180 meter range.
180. 35 meters is about 35 further than the D32 comms bubble, just for reference. Anyone rocking UF Pro gear, highly rate my Striker XS. Not for me on the down, because it'd be nice and cozy just walking around with comms on, watching people blow each other up. I'm so fucking hyped.
Yeah, man.
I cannot get my head around it. It's just nuts. I just
hope that we get some good footage, because you know what it's like, mate. Like you can see something from a distance.
Yeah.
To get that up close footage, like because let's face it, mate. Some moments you miss, didn't you? Like someone go, oh, blah blah blah, whatever, and you'll miss it. Like that one little moment where something like licking off rounds. Like I think it was the last event. I think there was Sam. I can't remember the other lads' names. I can't remember now. But there was like 3 of them in a row, mate. Just went boom 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 with the mortar launchers and stuff like. The guy in the arena is having a really bad day. Straight up, not having a good time.
I wish the fuck that I filmed this movement by the Spartan guys. There was like 4 or 5 big containers, and there's lots of people sort of hidden on the back of the containers. And where I was sort of looking from the side on. Anyway, I saw Spartan stacking up behind this berm, and their idea was to sort of rush over the berm and start clearing these people off the corners. But what they actually done is like they had a group of about 10, and 2 of them split off and started flanking round onto the higher ground. And then as the guys on the higher ground started sort of peppering shots in from the side and people started exposing their positions, the guys from the front just fucking run through them. Yeah. I wish the fuck I filmed it, but I was too busy like, oh shit, these guys are going to get flattened. And they just rushed through. I think it was Sooty actually that took the initiative to just push this high ground and just fucking clapped people. And I was probably about 40 meters away, so you could see how dynamic that situation played out. And they literally cleared through a really difficult, really tight area. I don't want to say with ease, because at some point someone took the initiative to put that plan together, but they just fucking executed it, mate. It was so fucking cool. It was so cool.
Yeah.
I wish I filmed it.
I think there was one picture I did take from Ruckus 1.0, and it was Matt from Envy. I think he was wearing multicam bottoms, multicam rig.
One of them really fucking hard.
I think it was like a wolf grey top. I think.
Yeah.
But he'd literally laid, mate, on this sort of like slightly upward berm, and he was just about to peek over the top. And mate, he was laid there, like laid super flat, like in the prone position, gun out. Mate, took the picture. And I was like, fuck. When you look at, I could, because I'm looking at him, I can see just a little bit of movement. But when you look at the picture, I was like, wow, it just blends, mate. Super blends.
Yeah.
That bright green, darkish green, and then that sort of grey. I was like, that camo pattern is the one, mate. Greens and greys. I
remember you showing me the photo, and I was like, what the fuck? What am I looking at? And he was like, Matt's in there. I was like, oh shit. And then, I remember Matt actually getting in some good spots and really pinging people. JCM Media, Sooty did. I got pinged between the eyes. I mean, watching those boys move on the day was actually really fucking impressive. I know a lot of players tried the flanks and tried to use the width of that site, which is fucking huge. I mean, you can do 300-400 meters round people on that site quite easily, but these guys really used the fucking berms and just pushed around the fucking clapped people up. It was brilliant. Really, really good levels of play.
And I think I saw Sam and Billy, mate. They were up against this high berm, and they had comms from another team that there was guys on the other side of the berm. They literally just lit it up, mate. Over, frag, over. 5 or 6 frags just over the top, mate. Just cleared the guys out. Yeah, super cool. Very cool.
I hope that we get some of that stuff. I mean, this time, obviously, I'll be a little bit more focused on trying to get some footage and bits and bobs as well. Yeah. We know that other people are going to be running cameras and doing after event, footage and all those sorts of things. But if you do run GoPros again, please feel free to go for it and to run the footage out. Obviously, if there's stuff that you want to put up in regard to the safety and the briefings and all those sorts of things, that might be the only area I'd advise that you potentially don't, but we'll see. We'll see how things play out on the day. It's only purely because of the way that we're going to address the day. It is an adult themed day. Let's make that very, very clear.
Also, I think one thing I would add, when you come and talk to myself and Tim, please introduce yourself via your Instagram or YouTube name, because someone goes, "Hi, I'm Steve." I'm like, "All right, Steve, what did I do to your daughter?"
I get that a lot.
Wait for the solicitor's letter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, honestly, because there's so many guys there that we caught up with Ruckus 1.0 that obviously we've spoke to on Instagram or on YouTube, but we've never met before. So please do come and say hello, and obviously, let us know who you are.
Mate, I'm 100% with you. I also speak to so many people and answer so many questions on Insta. And then you're right, someone comes up to me and goes, "Hi, mate, I'm Luke." And I'm like, right. and then they're like, yeah, and then it's like fucking secret sniper or whatever the fucking name is. I'm like, oh shit, like we've spoke for fucking years on Insta or whatever. So yeah, definitely be aware of that. I mean, me and Richie are going to be super busy on the day, but obviously do want to deal with any concerns, any problems. Most of you guys are going to know Mr. M by now, but we'll introduce Matt on the day. He's another person that is, if you have any concerns, you can go and see, and then we'll have other marshals out on the site on the day as well. So, you know, we'll have lots of people. We are also having player marshals. I think that's really important to note, and we can talk about that on the day, but we have got some guys that are out there as player marshals. So if you know, someone approaches you and that you're doing something that you shouldn't be, or you're in a place where you shouldn't be, or if someone does sort of bring you up, and they're down as a player marshal, then obviously please listen to those guys, you know, and just take what they're saying on the chin. It's probably for your safety that they're pulling something up. So just be aware, we will have player marshals as well, and we'll highlight who they are in the safety brief in the morning.
Yeah, and obviously the player marshals that we've got, you know, guys, we don't. How can I put it? We like to pick guys that have either got experience or got good integrity. You know, we're not picking them because they're mates. We're not picking them because they're cheap or they can do us a favour. Unlike most airsoft sites, we go, yeah, well, this I've only got to pay this kid a £5, and we'll just do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've seen it so many times, haven't we? Like, look at Apocalypse. Marshals walking around drunk, drinking whiskey. You know, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a weekender.
Yeah. Yeah, and then other marshals that, you know, they're the boss's mate or the owner's mate, and you know, when the fucking marshal fucks up like Anzio and pipes off about something he didn't know about, you know, it's his mate at the end of the day, so he's not going to get his fucking arse chewed. No. These guys that you know we would ask to marshal are also representing what THD provide to people and what we do. So you know they're not just people we trust, but they're also people we know again that have got fucking integrity.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, I'm not going to hang it out too much longer. Obviously, if you do have any questions, fire them in now. Me and Richie will address them. If there's any personal questions, any shit that you want to fire off in a DM, please feel free to DM Richie or myself, or come and see us on the day. Try not to do it as we're halfway through a safety brief. But other than that, come and find me, Richie or Matt. And raise any of your concerns, and we can sort it out on the day. Again, someone asking about comms. I'm just going to go back to that DM. Whoever was asking about comms, I did just see it as a DM on Insta. It's down to you if you want to run them. If you want to coincide and run shit with other teams, sort that out on the day once the teams have been divided up. If you all want to get onto the same frequency, please feel free to do that. In regards of a zero chat network, I wouldn't worry about it. We're not going to be far enough away that you're out of sight or whatever. You know, in the way that the site's laid out, the way we've got things, you're always going to be able to find the action. If not, just look for Urban Reaper, who will be putting holes all over a fucking whole field quarry. He'll be easy enough to find. He'll be the one, you know, unloading mortars like crazy.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think comms wise, you know, I think always advisable, bring a radio, bring a comms setup. Please do bring it. If you don't need it and don't use it, fine. You know, it's no loss, right? But I would say please bring it, because, you know, you may wish to break off into about 2 or 3 separate groups within your team.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I say, like Tim says, the day is yours. Do it however you want. If you want to run solo and just lone shark it, fine. But, you know, if you want to cut about with some teams and sort of comms between sections and run things properly, and I don't know me properly, but you know, well organized, then, you know, fill your boots, lads. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Like this is your time. This is your space to do with what you want. Utilize it, but have fun. That's all we ask. Go out there, don't take it too seriously, and have fun. Because you can get caught up in, well, if I'm on this net, he's not doing his job properly. He should be over there. Fuck that.
Yeah.
No, just mate, if you can't do the job yourself, don't expect someone else to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Just come down and fucking enjoy it. You know,
that's it.
Day, you can play the day out exactly however you want, to Richie's point. And I think Richie raised this on Ruckus 1.0 during the safety brief. The day is yours. yes, there is objectives for you to achieve, and you will benefit the entire team by doing that. But actually, how you go about doing that is totally up to you. Just don't break the rules. Don't sit over someone else's spawn. It's a shit move. It slows the game right down. It makes it awkward for us. We're only going to move you on. Sit over the objective as much as you like. Don't sit over the spawns. Enjoy it. Have loads of fucking fun. I know a lot of people are also coming down to meet other people. They're coming down to meet other players, to meet new players, to meet people in this scene. Take that every opportunity that you can to bond and meet some of the other teams when you get the opportunity. If you're out on the ground and someone fucking medics you back in, or you end up medicing them back in, or you end up having a good tear up together, hopefully that will bring a few more people into this space. My missus asked me my dreaded question today: how much have you spent? Which I fucking love.
Always halve it. Always halve it. Or what's the gold number? 50 quid. 50 quid.
Yeah. Will there be specific frequencies? No, that's for you guys to sort out on the day. We haven't divided the teams up yet, so we can't give out frequencies without doing the teams. So that's it. So just bounce down once you get fucking split into your teams, and we put the armbands on one team. Then you can go away and work your stuff out from then. You're gonna have plenty of time. Let me go through. My problem is my garage looks like an armory at Bastion.
Yes, Sam Walker. Yes, mate. Remember to charge your batteries. Get them charged up beforehand.
Yeah. For comms, not part of them anymore. Got a new team. I don't know who that's referring to. Sorry, dude. Sam Walker problem is she will then want merch, which could cost. Networking, I'll more than likely tell you to fuck off. Welcome, everyone. Winks Gilmore. So, guys, we're really looking forward to seeing you at the weekend. I am so excited that we've managed to sort of pull this off, considering all the stuff with COVID. Plenty of shit available on the day. If you have got extra pennies from your COVID non-spending pick time, please bring it with you. There'll be plenty of shit to pick up. If you want to pick up one of the launchers, obviously you can do that through Blackgate. If you just want to try one out, try and get hold of this throughout the day. Get yourself some rounds. You can either get them from Flashbang, who will probably be selling them via Camo, but there will be loads of shit kicking about. Come and find us if in doubt. And you can use this one on the day, so please feel free to have a go. And I'm sure Sam will have some knocking about as well that you can always. I'm sure someone's going to let you have a blast on one. Yeah,
I mean, you know, they let someone that you have a go. Do you know what I mean? If in doubt, dick out.
That's it. Half it. You mad? My mortgage is in arrears. That's when you know someone thinks level of pyro. So
that's real talk.
You come up to me and say, "Hi, yeah, my name's Joe," or whatever, and I'll be like, "Who?" You'll be like, "The one who spent the mortgage on pyro." I'll be like, "Oh, yeah, I know you mean."
The one who's remortgaged his house 3 times. Oh, that guy. Yeah, I know the one.
Yeah, that one. Super excited. Super excited. Any other questions? Ping us. I think that's about it, right?
I think so. Just please, lads, if you can, whilst you're prepping your kit, whatever you're doing, loading your bags, loading your mags, the bag's going to be massive. Shout out to Jim and Platoon. If whilst you're loading your mags and bags, please stick this video on and go through some of the pinpoint features that we've come across, like med rules, you know, what not to do, what to look out for. So yeah, just maybe pick up on some of the highlights from this stream. And but yeah, most of all, just looking forward to seeing you guys down there on Sunday. It's hyped, massively hyped. Tag
us in your shit. Tag us in your prep stuff. So for all you guys that are watching, tag us in your preps. So if you've got kit that you're preparing, if you've got your bundle of pyro, if you're running out a new gun at the weekend, if you're running out new kit, tag me and Richie in it. Do it on Insta. You can send it on the stories and tag us on there, or you can tag us in the post. Feel free to go for it with your social media, and we're looking forward to seeing you all at the weekend.
Yeah, I think I see in my head, mate. All I've got, you know, the throne from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Right, but that is just flashbang smoke pyro. That right, and then Sam
millions of these behind.
Millions of, and Sam sat on top of it with a launcher. That's it. That's all. That's what I've got the image of. Johnny Queen J-Tac. Wish I could got down, set up a Wooby vendor. Yeah, mate. Maybe next time, dude. Definitely. Or we may have something in the pipeline. I spoke to JCI about it today, so just we'll sort something out,
Always
lads.
planning. Always
Always.
planning.
Listen, this is the one thing me and Tim will say. For nearly a year, there have been event organisers and companies that have sat on their arse, sat on their hands, doing absolutely nothing. Right? Planning nothing, doing nothing. Talkers, doers. As much as I'd like to deny it, me and Tim have got about 3 or 4 events in the pipeline and have had for about a year. So,
Fucking hype.
watch this space.
Yeah, they're going to be sick. Looking forward to seeing you all. Let's get the fuck out of here, Richie.
Yeah, boy.
Right. See you later, everyone. Have a good night. Thanks for joining us. I will see you all bright and early Sunday morning.
Good day.